thought I'd make this short tutorial about Assistive Touch for those with a broken home button and have Assistive Touch enabled. You can actually make this button very useful for those with broken home buttons. One thing I've done is, if you go into settings and you go into general and you go into, scroll down to accessibility and go into Assistive Touch. One thing you can do is customize the top level menu, and from here one thing I would add is instead of the control center, well, you can keep control center, I would add the lock screen button. So now when you press Assistive Touch, you have lock screen easily on here, as well as home button. Those are the two most useful buttons. But the other thing that I think was more useful is, if you go from the main menu of Assistive Touch, is the double tap and long press. So instead of having to press this once, if you press single tap on this, it opens the menu for Assistive Touch. You could change that to instead using the home button. And now when I press this once, it takes me and does the home button. But let's go back into settings and go back to Assistive Touch over here. So you still always want to have the open menu at one of these screens. So what I like to do is I like to set double tap to be the home button, and then I set the long press as the lock screen. So as I mentioned before, double tap I'm setting it to home, and long press I'm setting it to lock screen. And by doing that, now if I want to do home, I just double tap the Assistive Touch button. If I want to lock the screen, I just press and hold this. And the reason why I mentioned lock screen is just some people don't want to wear down their power button, and so that's one way to save your power button, is by having that lock screen button. It's just a little, you're going to be using Assistive Touch anyway, so again, I can just press double tap for home if I'm in an app. So let's say I'm in App Store and I want to press home. I just have to double tap it. And if I want to close my phone, lock screen it, I just press and hold, locks the screen. So I thought those were two pretty useful things with Assistive Touch if you have a broken home or power button. So that's all. Or other broken buttons, honestly, Assistive Touch is very useful.